Hi, my name's Adam Wilson. I'm the head instructor at Brisbane Taekwondo Centre. Today we're going to have a look at defence against a few different things. We're going to look at defence against a left hook. We're going to look at a defence against a left-right straight punch from a fairly wide guard. We're also going to look at a defence against a right-left punch, again straight punches from a wide guard. We'll look at a left-right hook and also push and punch, and someone coming in with a big push with both hands. So we're going to try and again keep this nice and simple, so we'll use a very similar defence to cover all these different situations. So let's have a look to start off with. So Hugh, if you want to shape up. So from here, we mentioned before, I should just face the camera for one moment. He can have a narrow guard or he can have quite a wide guard. The difference is when he's got a narrow guard, the punch is coming very directly straight at you, okay? Whereas when he's got a wide guard, the punches are coming in from an angle. So in this instance today, what we're looking at is the defence from this wider guard, okay? So just keep that in mind. Obviously if the angle of the punch is different, often we'd need to do something slightly different. We can't just do one defence against every single possibility. Alright, so from here, let's start off with a simple one. We're going to do a left hook. So I'm here with his lead hand, he's doing a hook punch. So I'm going to block this way across. So just to show you facing the camera what I'm doing, from my guard, I'm blocking across this way with my lead hand, and I'm just protecting my other side with my spare hand. So I'm doing a body block. So from here, as his punch comes, I'm blocking here. Okay, blocking here. Now from here, all I have to do is open my guard out and hit. So the same hand's going to block and hit. So I've gone block with this hand, same one, comes forward and across. So I'm hitting with this part of my hand here, the bottom fist, coming forward and across and hitting. So from the start, I'm going to block and then hit. Now something that's happening here too is if we just change angles so you can see a little bit better, is I've gone block here. Alright, now normally I'd be straight in front of you, but I'll just move slightly to make this really clear, is as I'm doing this next hit, potentially he's going to hit me with this hand. That's pretty likely that he's going to do that. But because my hit's coming forward and across, it's not only a strike, but it's a block as well. So what I'm trying to do is get a step ahead of what's happening. So I'm blocking and striking simultaneously, and I'm trying to think what's he most likely to do next. Alright, so let's have a look at that again. So from here I'm going block and then I'm coming forward and across to hit. So it doesn't matter whether he hits or not, I've already covered that. So from here one more time, block, forward and across and hit. Okay, so I've already protected against that. If you wanted to add an extra hit, just do one punch. I've gone block, I'd hit, then in this instance I'd use this backhand and come forward and through and hit. Alright, so that covers something really simple I can do against a hook off their lead hand. Again, if they had a wide guard, like we just mentioned, a big sort of wide guard, and that punch came off the lead hand, I can do the same thing. Now the other thing is if I need a little bit more angle, rather than just blocking with my hands, I can move my foot to the side as well, so I'm physically moving myself across, which creates a little bit more angle for my block. Okay, so if they're doing straight punches, that's often a really helpful thing to do. So from here, coming across, okay, and then again opening up. So if you did a straight punch off that lead hand from a wide sort of guard, I'm going to come across. Now, if he did two straight punches, so let's say in this instance he did a left-right straight punch. So again, he's got a wide guard, he goes with his left, I'm moving here. We've already covered that. Okay, I know if you think from a practical self-defense situation, you don't know how many punches they can do. It could be one, could be two, could be five. More likely than not, it's going to be more than one punch. Okay, so when I do a defense against a single punch, I've already covered the second one. So if he does say 1, 2, I've already covered it. Alright, so I've gone block, block, hit. Or that second block might have hit as well, might have been a block and a hit. Alright, so watch it one more time. I've gone across, open, hit. Okay, so I've covered a left, right, straight punch. Exactly the same thing will work against a left, right hook. So if he does a hook and does a hook, the same technique will work. So I'm going block and block and hit in this instance. And of course remembering that that second action may be a hit as well. Okay, so far we've looked at a defence against the hook, so a left hook or lead hook. So I've gone block and attack. Then I looked at if they did two hooks, so lead hand then the rear hand, so I've gone block, block, attack. Or if they did two straight punches from a wide guard, starting with their lead hand first, and again I've gone block, block, attack. So we're keeping it simple. We're trying to use as few actions as possible to cover as many attacks. So we keep things really simple for ourselves. Alright, let's have a look at the situation where someone is going to go push and punch. Now most people are right-handed, so quite often they'll either push with their right hand, hit with their right hand, or more likely they'll actually push with their left because they want to hit with their right, which is their dominant hand. So this is, again, it's a really similar situation to what we just looked at. So from here, Hugh's going to push with his left hand. Okay, as he does that, I'm moving to the side. So just like I did before, I move my body to the side, and you should really only need to move your body. The hand is almost a backup. So as he pushes at my centre, I'm moving my body out of the way. I keep looking at him, so I'm not moving this way, so I've turned my back to him. I'm moving to the side, okay, always looking straight at him. So from here, as the push comes, I'm here. And then as it comes, I can add that block. Alright, so I've got my block here. Again, looking at him, my spare hand's backing up here, because I know he might try and punch me with that second hand. Okay, of course I'm not going to just stop here, I'm going to come straight back into that extra hit. So from here, I've gone, moved to the side, and then I'm coming through to here and hitting. So if we have a look at what happens, so let's change angles slightly. Just there, perfect, about 45. So he pushes, I move to the side. Now as that punch comes, by me coming forward and across and doing this, I've already covered it. Okay, then all I have to do is add in my own hit here. Alright, so if they're going for a big push and punch, I've got 1, 2, and hit. Okay, and it's really important to remember in a self-defense situation, a lot of fights start with pushing and shoving first. Okay, so it's really good, a good defense to use. Okay, let's have a look at one final scenario. This is where they're coming in with two pushes, okay, or one big push, the same sort of difference. So this time he's pushing me with two hands, just going for a big push. Again, it's about moving my body to the side. So we'll face, if you can face this way, so you can see as it comes, I'm moving my body straight to the centre. He's pushing straight at me, okay, and I'm stepping off to the side, keeping facing him. Okay, then if I add my hands in, I've come to here, okay, and again, I've always, like most self-defense situations, I can go straight into striking, or I can diffuse and just move him away. Okay, so I don't always have to strike if I don't need to. I can step it up or step it down. All right. So with this push defense, two hands again, block, and then same as before, we're hitting forward and across. It's exactly the same, forward and across. So I'm doing this action just like I did for the very first one we learnt. Okay, so as the push comes, moving to side 1, coming through 2, and then if I want a third hit, 3. Okay. Another important thing to remember is something we've talked about before, which is when I block, if this hand's here, we've got Hugh's elbow is just here. I don't want to be blocking down here, or if I do, if my block is here, and I'm on the outside of his arm, I've got to watch that he doesn't elbow me in the face as I move in. So as I'm here, as I'm coming in, I'm moving up, getting above that elbow. So I'm always controlling the elbow so I don't get hit in the face. Very important to remember that. Okay. This is something especially more experienced fighters can do. Also remember, knees bent always, nice and balanced, because often in self-defense situations there's lots of pushing and shoving that goes on, and you're quite often on uneven ground as well. Alright, now one last thing we'll look at is a defense against a right-left straight punch from a wide guard. Okay, from a wide guard. So in this instance, before we were just practicing this, but we're just going to put a little hiccup in the middle. So I'm here, he comes in with the right hand first from this wide guard, so I've got to cover that, then come back across, and I'll go back to what I was doing. So I might have been expecting that lead hand, I was going to do this, but suddenly that punch comes in there, boom, and then I get back to what I was doing. So again, it shows you how versatile this is. So I could go block and then hit, or something came in unexpectedly from this side, block and hit, and then get back to what I was doing. So it was like a little hiccup in the middle. And again, remembering self-defense, it's a fluid situation. There's no way you can possibly know for sure what the other person's going to do, so we've got to be ready for any possibility. So we've looked at defense against a hook off their lead hand, hooking with their lead hand and their rear hand, from a wide guard, straight punch with lead hand and rear hand, and also straight punch from their rear and then their lead hand, again from the wide guard. We looked at push and punch defense, and also a big push. Okay, so we've covered lots of things with a very simple action.